In this demo video, we're going to work with some data tables. Okay, so to talk about what we've got set up here first is we've got just a basic payment calculation with interest rate, and this is calculated here to get us the monthly payment. We'd like to see what the monthly payment would be for each of these different loan amounts. So if you think about it, you could plug in the $4,000 value and get that loan amount and then put that here. Then you could plug in 5,000 and so forth. Okay, so that would take a bit of time to get that done. Or we could recreate this payment function here for each one of these values. But there's a quicker way to do that in Excel. So we've recreated that payment function. Notice that's the exact same function. Okay, and it's referencing all of the cells here. Okay, so it's not referencing any of the data in the data table. It's just a recreation of this current payment. So to create the data table and to fill this in, essentially what we're going to have Excel do is feed these numbers into that function and get the results. So we highlight this range of data. Okay, so I want to make sure I get the input column and the result column. Go over to the Data tab in What If Analysis and choose Data Table. And here you have to decide, because we just have one variable in this data table, we have to decide which one to put it in. The easiest way to think about it is, are my inputs, my variables, are they in a column or a row? And in this case, they're in a column. So our column input cell, these values in this column, where do you want to plug them into this function? And they go right here in the loan amount. We click OK. And we have that table filled in completely. Now, one thing, if you have made a mistake, you can't go in there and delete a single value, or if you decide, oh, I don't even want to show that 8,000, you've got to delete all of the data table values at one time if you choose to do so. Okay, so it's real quick to just add that back. We'll do it one more time. We highlight the range of data, what if, and data table. In my column input cell, I insert where this value fits in the formula, click OK, and we have those values. A two-variable data table is very similar, and in this case, we just want to know what happens with this loan amount when we change the interest rate or the term in months. And so to do that, that formula has to go right here in this cell. Notice you can't see it on the spreadsheet. The reason is we've just hidden it by giving that that formula the white font color so that it doesn't look confusing when you look at this table, because really our viewers just want to see this data and not this one. So I'm going to convert that back to white font, so just so we can't see it. And then I'm going to highlight both of these input rows. We make sure we have the input column and the input row, and then where our values are going to go. Data, what if, data table. And now this time we've got two inputs. Our row input is term and months, and our column input is the interest rate. And while we're here looking at these on the payment function, just to remind you, if you notice, B3 is divided by 12, that's this interest rate. We always, if we're figuring monthly payments and we're given an annual rate, we divide that by 12 so as not to over calculate the interest amount.